Ooh, I really like it with no desk pad for the brass one. That sounds really good for brass. Like this really amplifies the sound. The Teton 78. I really like this design because this reminds me of old keyboards in the best way possible. This keyboard's gonna be about $320. There's two different colors, being a light blue, which I can show you guys, and a brown. The brown is actually such a nice like brown color, at least from the renders that they have. So I'm hoping the actual units can get to that. It's gonna have a brass sandblasted weight, or you can get a polished weight. Plate-wise, you can get aluminum FR4 or brass. I think today we might be using brass. Last minute, they said that we can desolder one of the other things we did, and maybe we can end up using the aluminum plate, solder or hot swap, and it just has black or white feet. $320 for something like this, I think is really cool. When I tell you guys it has a very old school feel to it, I will explain why. First of all, the ano is super sparkly. I think this is more of like a design thing. I remember older boards. It's not going to be this purple, by the way. It's going to be a light blue and a brown. This purple is just a prototype. The light blue looks like, I'm assuming looks like this. So we can take a look at the light blue in a bit here too, because the light blue also has that silver bottom, but this is all purple. Actually, probably take a look at the blue. Now the ano is pretty sparkly on the purple one. It doesn't have that same kind of sparkle on the blue. I like this more. The purple one has a bit of a sparkly finish, which I think makes it look super cheap, but I'm glad that the ano looks a lot nicer. It's not as sparkly. The reason why I said again why I really like this board, it's just a fun old school kind of design. Like it has that kind of brushed weight on the bottom. It's really cool. It won't have this circle. I think that's just part of this particular unit. At least as far as I know, it won't have that circle. It'll look more like the purple one. But it's a cool looking board with an interesting layout. It has a very nice front height, which I'll show you guys because it has a cherry lip on the front, which is awesome. A very interesting side profile. You don't really see stuff like this. This is neat. It kind of has the bottom frame kind of looping up to the front. It's a neat side profile. It's a play on something that maybe would be boring without this, but it's really cool. Really neat. I actually really like this circle. Visible hardware here on the bottom as well, and then recessed USB-C port. I think something to note as well, and I think this is mostly intentional, but it's also interesting. It has a different kind of gap over here versus the sides. The sides is like a really tight tolerance, which I kind of appreciate for the side seam at the very least. So it's a fun looking keyboard. When I saw this, I thought this was a neat project. Again, it has a very minimal, not a super aggressive cherry lip, but it's there. You know, it is there, and I think that's awesome that they included it as well. But for $320 for something like this, it's a small, newer designer as well. The group buy is going to be running till August 11th. There's only a 30 MOQ for this, by the way, with a cap of 50 units, because the guy running this wants to just make sure it gets done right. So there's not a big run of this particular board. Manufacturing is going to take about a month, shipping another month, plus QC. So look at probably about 2.5 months-ish. Again, the layout's also really cool, by the way. I saw the plate and I was thinking maybe we didn't talk too much about the layout. You got the macro column on the left over here. Kind of reminds me of that Icky 68 kind of layout as well. It's cool. I like it. Well, they sent over some switches. We're going to be using some milky yellows. Some good old milky yellows today. Go ahead and just use the hot swap. It's a brand new hot swap PCB. I don't know the final color of this, by the way. I don't know if the final color is going to be green. It looks like they have a few different colors of PCBs. A black and a green one. Maybe hot swap will be green and the solderable will be a different color. Either way, I'm actually completely okay if they stick with green. This gives me, again, old school feel. And that's what this vibe of this keyboard is to me. It just feels a bit more, again, old school. Now this is going to be a top mounted keyboard. Take a look on the inside before we get too far into today's stream here. Is that supposed to be the mountain range in Wyoming? I'm going to be real with you, bro. I have no idea. Is Teton a place? I have no idea. Inside of the board's pretty basic. Completely fine with that. Perhaps I would have made the weight pass through the bottom of the case as well. I find when you do, it allows the sound to kind of deflect a little bit nicer. Because sometimes what happens here is just because it's all, you know, one piece of aluminum here, it might deflect a bit differently. Oh, this is nice. I like this little curve here on the side here. So you guys can see from the frame. Now again, the purple's not offered. And also the ano on this particular purple is really sparkly. Not my favorite. I actually way prefer the blue ano, which I don't. This is not getting offered in the final product, this particular ano, but this is like a very sparkly ano. You can see the top mounts right there. All right, let's put some switches in and whatnot. Top mount with brassness sound crispy? Yeah, I think so. I might have to steal the screws from the other one for this one here to work. All right, let's put this together since this is pretty much done. It's a fairly simple, straightforward build. Like I said, not a whole hell of a lot, which I kind of appreciate too. Let's figure out some keycaps for both of these guys. Like the aluminum feels so standard, I love it. And then the brass just feels like so in your face. Well, sounds so in your face, but let's figure out some keycaps for this. Am I gonna be blown away by the aluminum one? I feel like I'm gonna be blown away by the aluminum one. Space sounds great. This might be is this gonna be like... I'm happy with both of our keycap picks here. This layout though, loving it. Now if the Navi cluster was 2x3 and the arrows exploded a little down a little bit, I can see what you mean, but then the board would be a little bit thicker, I feel. I'm totally fine with it being like this, like the layout here. This is the aluminum with the GAT golden yellows. Oh, dude. So these are aluminum GAT golden yellows. The spacebar is a milky yellow, filmed and lubed, as well as spring swapped. This is top mount. Again, a pretty no frills keyboard. About an 18.6 front height on this. Very, very subtle cherry lip. Some other little small design cues, as you can see the corner of the board here. We'll get into this before typing. Has like a little extended chamfer over here, a little extended tapered down. It's quite pretty actually. So just some small little details that go a long way here. Mountain range on the back. The circle is not actually part of this. It was an accident apparently for this particular unit, but people said they really liked it. So now the runner is going to see if they can get this done. I like the way it kind of reflects backwards there. It's kind of cool. Very, very cool keyboard. The side profile is kind of unique too. You know, it has this, the bottom piece kind of curves upwards. It's cool. It's a neat little thing here. This is a really solid top mount, dude. There's like no resonance. This is a really solid top mount. This is, like when you guys listen back to this, I don't know if the brass will be the same way, but up arrow's sick. Oh, even the macro is good too. So I was actually a little concerned about the internal weight, and I think that's what's more impressive. Maybe again, it is those top mount positions, but the weight is actually on the exterior only. So I was a bit concerned this would have a bit more of a reflective nature, you know, sound profile wise, like the sound would reflect back a little bit twofold, but I don't hear a single, like, and if it is, it's only good sounds that's reflecting back out of this. The aluminum's sick for this. The aluminum is super hot. Let's try the brass one out, shall we? Let's try brass. The brass was done with milky yellows. Brass is okay. You know, it doesn't sound bad. We could try a different spacebar on this. I don't know if it's gonna make the world of difference, but we can definitely try it if you guys are interested. I don't know how I feel about it. Brass is always gonna be hit and miss, dude. It's always gonna be hit and miss. Let's try a Nixie, actually. Oh, that's interesting. It's okay. It's nice. Like, it's not my favorite in the world. But for a brass plate, this does go pretty hard though. I'm a little conflicted if I like the brass. Now, again, the aluminum though. The aluminum, very my cup of tea. The aluminum is sick. Brass, I'm not 100% sold on. This is really coming down to a plate diff because technically this is a milky yellow too. But definitely a plate diff. Hey, there's gonna be people. Oh, on the desk it sounds so different. Oh, I really like it with no desk pad for the brass one. That sounds really good for brass. Like, this really amplifies the sound. It's good. Again, I don't know if I had to pick one today, if you're like, which one would you pick? 1000% going with aluminum. But there are gonna be people who enjoy this kind of sound profile. Again, I wanna drive this home. I think whether it's the internals of this, Again, this is kind of a lower front height too, so everything's kind of kept very tight here. Maybe the mounting points of this particular board, Bennett, you did a great job on this. Some stuff I would suggest just to maybe clean up in the future. Only thing I would possibly say, I don't know why this bothers me a smidge, but I would probably bring the gap here. Again, I'm kind of hit and miss on this. I feel like it can go both ways, but I would kind of make this a bit more uniform where you have this tighter seam here on the sides. I would like to see that personally brought everywhere across the board. Who knows? Maybe that's adding to the sound signature, right? I do suggest, because this was force broke ever so slightly, with some masking tape. I think Bennett said that they'll include it in the package as well. Not that it really needs it, because even on the brass one, I'm not really hearing any weird reflective feedback at all. That's maybe the only thing I could suggest. There's not a whole hell of a lot that I feel like is wrong with this board. Again, I think making sure that when you do run this, Bennett, because Bennett is a new runner to this, like I think this is Bennett's first project that he's doing, is going to be a smaller MOQ, which I appreciate, as well as a smaller maximum of only 50 boards. Bennett, I'm going to give you some recommendations that, I would say that any new runner or anyone who's trying something new for the first time, updates, bro. Communication is key. Do your best to communicate everything. Even if there's no updates, communicate it. Have a Discord, post those things on something. Make people who support your project feel like they're not only supporting the thing that they're buying, but someone who gives a shit about them. Like that customer support aspect, you know what I mean? 100%, dude. Yeah, and the circle weight. We almost forgot about the circle weight too. This was really cool. I'd suggest keeping that. That's really, really a nice little touch on the weight there. You did a great job on this. The board sounds good. There's very minor things that I would even point out here. I think you nailed it for a first attempt. Again, if at all possible, and I think this might be a preference thing, but I personally think it looks cheap. I would avoid this really sparkly ano. Some people might really like it. I don't know why. This just screams cheap to me. I don't know why that is. Something in my body's like, yeah, it's a little cheap. Avoid this sparkly ano. Get the blue ano that you did here. The blue ano is great. This looks so much better. So much more cleaned up and professional. So, I'm assuming you're going to be going with that. I know, I just want to make sure in case they go with something and then they end up going with one of the colors with the sparkly type of thing. Work on the circle and see what people say. Awesome. Because I want people to support you, Bennett. I also don't want people to feel like they're being ripped off or taken for a ride. So if there happens to be delays, always communicate those things too. For anyone looking for this board, the link's in the command, mountainmechdesigns.com. I'm going to be sending both of these boards back to Bennett, or Bennett's boards. I really, really like the aluminum plate. Damn, that's really nice. Very cool. I really like this. Cool little board for 320 bucks. Decent price point too for a small batch project too. Usually when I see MOQs of 30s and 50s, I think 400, 450s. 320, not bad. That's such a good price. Yeah, I'm super happy with the price point on that. I don't know what shipping's gonna be. I don't know what Bennett's gonna do for shipping here. I think I read somewhere DHL, but who knows? Maybe it'll be something different. Bye everybody. Love you.